Limited time buffs for the Year 6 LRs. But will someone else super easy A? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We are back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we have a surprise announcement for the 11th anniversary part 2 campaign, and that is the limited time character buffs for the Year 6 LR AGL UI Goku and Int Blue Evolution Vegeta. This announcement comes just 15 hours till the part 2 live stream announcement, where we will see the full details and kits and animations, as well as more info on the part 2 campaign, just 15 hours from now. And of course, shortly thereafter that, these characters will arrive in game. Now, not much should be expected from these buffs other than bringing them to the level of the current meta, right? What we typically see from these buffs is an increase in attack and defense, which puts them on par with the modern LRs. We saw that come into play with the Part 1 limited time buffs for the is Vegeta and the LR Goten and Gohan and Goten rather. And so I imagine to see something similar here. Now, this is of course very interesting because both of these characters are still quite useful, especially the UI Goku in these shorter events. Still very useful even without these buffs. So having a month where he can be still very useful in both his dodge and his offense is of course a huge bonus for many players. Now, but that's not the interesting part. What's interesting here is that there is a surprising lack of our red furry boys over here. You see, the limited time buffs buff only one side of the anniversary part 2 characters, that is the UI Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta. Now, you can argue based on the fact that Reps of Universe 7 probably needs the help a little bit more than, say, GT Heroes, who is actually still in a pretty good spot given all the buffs it had received last year with the release of the GT Heroes lead for the Gogeta, as well as the LR Grade 8 Power lead for the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But what's interesting here is there were no limited time buffs for the other anniversary LR characters that could have coincided with this. Obviously, the Year 7s would not get a limited time buffs, but we could very well have seen limited time buffs for the SDR Vegeta and AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and yet we didn't. And that brings forward a thought, right? And I'm not the only person who's thought this, and that is that these two characters are not receiving limited time buffs because they very well may likely receive a Super Easy A at this end of the celebration. Now you might be saying, well, Celtic, that's a little crazy. We haven't finished all of the Year 1 and Year 2 Super Easy A's yet. How could we possibly be getting into the category Easy A's? Well, here's the thing. When we look at when the character's Easy Aid, it kind of matches up, right? You see, we've already gotten when we look at GT Heroes, right? We already got the STR Goku and the AGL Vegeta's Super Easy A's, and they were the Year 2 anniversary characters, right? They were T bars, right? At the introduction of Year 3, we got our first LR, no, not our first LRs, but our Dokkan Fest LRs. And with Year 3, right, the Year 3's Easy Aid during the 7th anniversary campaign, right? During the Part 3 campaign. What nobody expected, everybody pretty much expected this to happen, right? The Dokkan Fest LR EZAs happening here, as this is pretty much lined up with where we were in terms of the LR EZAs. What nobody did expect was they would take it a step further in the Part EX and Super Easy in Easy A the Year 4s as well. And because these two groups Easy A together, I feel that Dokkan may want to Super Easy A them together. It would make sense, considering that's how they were handled in the 7th anniversary. Um, So we know that we just got our, we are in line to get the year 8s. Um, we are in line to get the year 8s EZA this year. So it would make sense to also toss in some super EZAs on the GT Heroes side of this announcement to carry the team through the year, because I know they don't want this team to fall off. They wouldn't have put that much work into these animations and to AGL Gogeta's animations to let these guys fall off so quickly. So I almost would bet that these guys would super EZA during this campaign. Further added to the fact that the countdown to the live stream of their reveal focused on active skill attacks, which, by the way, these guys were the first LR EZAs to or the LR characters to introduce that. So, could be very likely that coinciding with that announcement, we could see the guys super easy as well. Of course, the year 4s may not need it currently, right? Well, they do need it, but the team may not need it currently. So that's really the only thing holding this theory back, is that GT Heroes just doesn't really need the buffs as much as Reps of Universe 7 may need. And I guess that kind of makes sense. Which brings me to what I want to talk about on the other half of this video, right? So I think there's like a 50-50 shot of us seeing the year 4s and the year 3s super EZA together during this celebration. But I also think there are some other super EZAs coming our way. And I did talk about this a little bit in my EZA video a couple of days ago, and that is, I think it's very likely we could also see some pretty heavy super EZAs on the Reps of Universe 7 side. As I've mentioned before, both of these categories, GT Heroes and Reps of Universe 7, pretty much only have super EZAs to work with, right? When we look at Reps of Universe 7, there's basically no one to work with here. So, right, the limited time buffs make sense. But there are two characters who are up for a super EZA who very well could receive one alongside the year 4s. And that is, right, one, the LR Goku and Frieza, and the Int UI Goku. And the reason I bring these guys up is not only would they be great pairings for the new LR, but specifically what they represent in terms of EZA Dokkan. You see, right, I brought up earlier the idea that, it's a little too soon for category super EZAs. Except here's the thing. UI Goku was the first category EZA, predating even the year 2's EZA on JP. On Global, it came after. Or vice versa, right? On JP, it came after the year 2's, but on Global, it came before the year 2's. And before we had finished other EZAs of the sort, right? Like the Gotenks, for example. So it's possible to represent the first category Super EZA, just as he represented the first category EZA. Very well could see both of these happen this in a similar manner. These guys, on the other half of that, right, the Tech Goku and Frieza here, they represented the first summonable LR EZA. Now, they wouldn't be this first summonable LR Super EZA, as we've gotten quite a few of those already since the 10th anniversary. But, right, if they wanted to keep in track with both of these guys EZAing during the 11th anniversary, they could do this, right? Because like the year 4s and the year 3s both EZAing at the same time, these guys both EZA'd during the 6th anniversary, right? So if you want to keep track with like the year 3s and year 4s super EZAing, and then these guys super EZAing, how they all EZA'd together, I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's a big jump in terms of what we can expect for super EZAs moving forward, but it might be exactly what these teams need, because GT Heroes is pretty much tapped out, and so is Reps of Universe 7. So pretty much all we got to work with here. And just throw it out there, I'm not the only one who thinks this. Truth did point out in his post, right, in a follow-up comment to D. Simmons, that he also thinks it's very likely to see them both super EZA, the year 3s and the year 4s during this time. So we're all on the right track here. So hopefully this is what happens. Very, very excited. I'm very excited to see both the LR, AGL, UI Goku get a limited time buffs. That was always my beef with him, was his damage. So hopefully the buffs give him the damage, and hopefully we see the Year 4s get their Super EZAs, because I always love using those cards. So it would be nice to really see them. Obviously the others would be nice too, but definitely the Year 4s not being here, I think really sells that they might be super easy, but we'll see. So guys, that's it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know. You think the Year 4s will super easy A? I know it's unlikely. I think it's got a 50-50 shot, but let us know what you think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.